The boonies may not be working too well. I guess boonies. I'm on my way to another store, but I didn't like plan to go this way. I'm down to 4G. The 5G left. Now, you've heard me speak like that before. When I'm in my private space, I speak. Speak to spirits, speak to God, speak to the other people. That's how I keep the world together the best that I can. Again, many people think that Jesus is the only superhero that ever arrived, but many have considered me that for ages, even before I was born. Not my problem, yours. There's people out there that have capabilities that are totally asleep. Most of them, they've got to have wrecked lives if they can't. I mean, as evil as it is, they can't orchestrate their life in a positive manner. But they're inside work for God. Now, some of you, I brought it before. If the conversations you hear me saying, some of you are having, but you're asleep. Some of you are receiving it. Some of you don't. People are wounded psychologically, metaphysically. So it gets a little weird inside at times. I'd never heard that particular person before. I was and again, that person might, and the communication between that person and myself may have carried a curse so that would happen. I think there were some black people in there, at least a couple. That guy may have been black. That's actually where my black scent comes. Oh, wait, I'm supposed to make a turn. I don't know if you. I don't think you hear that. I don't. I usually don't broadcast on the same device I'm doing GPS. So he'll name it just. Oh, okay. I had to stop and get my bearing at a. It was a Korean Baptist church. So let's heal those. Heal Korean Baptist churches. With pretty much the Asian thing and all that's going on, the anti-Asian. But it appeared that I just appeared, and then I just saw a crucifix. It's not there, but now it's there, or it isn't there. It was a telephone pole. It looks nothing like a normal crucifix, but when I saw it, it went boom, shifted into a crucifix. So my power is up right now. This area needs to get healed. The area I made the wrong turn at. Or I went too far. Row Lane, 14th Street, and Merriam Lane. This shopping section here. Let's heal this. They got a little flea market or something going on over here, a yard sale, or some products they're selling. I don't know. So again, this looks like some sort of town, not center, but shopping area. A little bit of a couple stores. Looks some building supplies over here. This area needs to get healed. I think I was around this area before, but on a different road. Oh, railroad. That's actually a cue. Now that's a cue from somebody. Even though I see, railroad. Somebody's going, I'm being railroaded. I'm on my other device. I mean, it's just getting too crazy trying to do everything while they got a pretty heavy curse on this person. Accident waiting to happen. It's not an accident. The next intersection up. So go out from that center section, Merriam Row Lane, whatever that is, and go out. Probably a mile each way, and heal that. Over here, Woodview Apartments. Thank you. I would be there if I could afford it, and it's what I need. They just invited me. So I'm open right now because the battle's on. So I'm going to be hearing and speaking a lot. Now, I guess God's kind of talking me ahead. Oh, shoot. So again, 47th, 48th Street and Row, heal that. Again, I'm within that mile probably, just about the edge of the mile. The traffic light just went crazy on me. Hopefully nobody's manually messing with it. All right, I've been here before, I think. Okay, so I'm thinking, this is probably not the store I wanted to go to, maybe. I think I've been to this Bookstore. Oh no, I was going to the one in Shawnee. This is the one I wanted to go to, I guess. Right. I took the long way here, I guess. I do get invited places. People can hear me. I know they can hear me, and I've said it over the years. But the government tried to make it all weird and confuse it and confuse who was hearing me and who wasn't hearing me and who could actually have that capability. So that's why they don't let people speak about it. They don't want people to know how to rescue their own lives and what's actually going on. They say it's part of the game, but the game is Satan. Anytime they tell you that's the game, and again, somebody might be nice and say it because it's just part of their way they speak. But if they're serious about it being the quote unquote game, they're with Satan. There's no game here. Deadly serious. So okay, yesterday what happened? Somebody tapped me on the mind and said, "Well, what's this about God?" And yesterday, okay, the people I started speaking to were afraid. Again, did I have the blue line hat on? I'm not sure if I had it on at that point, but they were afraid. And when I started speaking out, they all relaxed. Now those people are feeling the fear. Again, a lot of people say they're ruling when they're doing this to people, but it's mostly criminal. Again, obviously, they're not in control of the planet. The planet's not getting better. It's actually out of control. Well, if you want me to speak like a priest, you'd let me stay in the church. My language did change, but I'm pretty much inside. I mean, they try to throw in criminals in there and stuff. But again, I don't mind witnessing to a criminal and trying to help a criminal. But I'll tell you, and sometimes you have to speak a little bit off color. Again, Paul told us that would happen, and that we would have to do that just to get them to accept the gospel. But now, something's going on in the military and in law enforcement, and some of the people are trying to clean up. Apparently, some of the people I worked with, and I don't know when they said this, but because again, and again, some of it could be false, but this sounded pretty real. That they tested some of the people, psychologically tested some of the people I worked with. And they came up with knowing the scam, and we don't work, and then they won't work with them anymore. Not to say that they don't work with anybody. I mean, obviously, the money is there for people that want to be screwy corrupt. But even if you're getting rid of them, the system still has to be destroyed. They had too much money, and they were using that power of money to harm us. Now, one of the drawbacks is they're in a point of desperation, so they'll lash out even more so at times. But again, there is a limit. Again, uh, I wouldn't say the calm before the storm, but the storm before the calm. Hey, isn't that neat? Yeah, it's funny when I was dictating, it said "hey," which is funny too, right? I didn't say "hey," it said "hey." Now it could be them too. I have to be careful because they're trying to take over a thought process and everything that I'm doing. So when I dictate, it tries to be my friend sometimes, so that I'll accept it into my mind. The hacking. Now I don't know if the most likely it's an AI, and it could be Satan. I told you before, anything I say physical could be Satan, but I don't want you to let them get into your mind, and you say, well, it's all Satan, and none of it's physical, and that would be a lie because it is physical. I got to park here somewhere. See, somebody said thank you, Larry, to me. It's very important that I do this because if I can't hear it, I didn't know to heal the guy back there because he's a Larry. Anytime that somebody's a Larry, you got to. I mean, obviously, there's probably a Larry on Earth that's doing great and maybe even part of evil, but like that guy's name's probably not Larry. But when I say thank you, Larry, when it could be God, it could be somebody I know, it could be somebody listening, it could be anybody. Somebody could be hearing me in their mind. But when I say that and I look at somebody and say Larry, that means that person needs to get healed because he's in a Larry life. That's a Larry over there. Well, the way it would work is if I had like friends, they would be talking to me, they were speaking to me, and then they would cue me. God could cue me through them. So that's really what that is. God uses all these methods to break through Satan's block of communication. and where we should heal, what we should fix, where we should go, that kind of thing. Because they broke God's positioning system, the GPS. God's positioning system would have moved me from where I was before they had a chance to kill me. But they broke that because they're exceedingly evil. They did it to somebody like 10 years prior. No matter what that guy did, he was supposedly had swallowed some balloons. They don't get to destroy his life, but they were still destroying his life because, like I told you, the one woman I worked with was bringing him up before the end, before I left the government and all that. She wanted me to know that's what they were doing, but I couldn't see anything. I didn't know anything. Well, stay peaceful. Praise God in all that you do.